Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome, and welcome back again. Now, Auntie D is here. Welcome, everybody. Subscribers, viewers, welcome, guys. And let me remind you, share. Auntie D is here. Now, I want to talk about a popular R&B singer, right? His name is Chris Brown, US R&B singer Chris Brown. You may have heard about him, maybe not, but I think most persons do. He was a former boyfriend of, I don't know if he still is, but they say former of Rihanna, right? And something had gone down, and apparently they're not so much together, they say. And he has been arrested in the UK. No, he was also, prior to his being nominated Grammy Awards, so a few years ago, he was unable to attend due to him and Rihanna was in an altercation and all of that. You may have remembered all of that, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm trying to focus now on this present arrest that is done to him. The authorities would not say name him, but one set of persons there name him, right? And he is there to do a show later in the month. And he's been arrested for something that he had done there in 2023, right? Um, he's on suspicion, right, of an incident in 2023 at a nightclub in Manchester, in London, right? And he, he went there earlier ahead of the show's preparation. You know, artists like to go to places. He went there on a private jet, and they like to go to make sure that certain things are in place, and you know all of that. So he was there. However, things did not turn out very well for him because he has been detained, not fully arrested, but detained, right? Thursday morning at a hotel in the northwestern part of Manchester. So now he's been detained, then arrested. Will he be out in time for the show? What sort of stigma is it going to cast on the show? Will persons still be interested? Is he going to be demotivated? Will he be able to perform? Should he have gone there so early? But he's there, right? And they reported it as saying that the popular newspaper said that he, he, Chris Brown, was in the incident on in February of 2023. So although we are in 2025, it's 2 years gone, February gone be 2 years, this case is still open. It's still open. So there it is now. He is going to be, I don't know, I'm only hoping that the show will be able to go on. I don't know. You know, these things takes time. Maybe he will have to go to court before or maybe after the investigation is done. It may not warrant a court thing, but because the incident happened 2 years ago, maybe he should have gone to make sure that it was cleared and that he'll be immigration wise and everything will be good for him to be there. So I am wondering, I'm really wondering, should he have gone there? No. But if he has a show planned, he should have ensured that all these things were taken out of the way. He shouldn't have gone there just like that. And is it that he was unaware that it was not closed? Or what sound could it? I don't understand. He knew he had a case there. He knew what had happened, right? So why didn't he ensure that everything was taken care of and cleaned up? So if there was going to be a court case or a charge or something, all of that should have been done before he showed up there Thursday morning. And then now he's detained and arrested. These things do takes time. Do takes time. Because although he has a show planned, what if he's not out on, I mean, being out on bail? Would that have allowed him to be out there to perform? Because I hardly see this case being brought up now going to be completed before the show, before his performance. because these things takes routine, it takes time. If it has to go before the judge based on what is seen that I've been seeing in the internet, it does takes time. So who is to be blamed now? He knew he had a case there. Shouldn't he have got all of that sorted out before? Or is it that he didn't remember anything about it? What could have been it that he didn't remember if he was so actively involved in the incident? He should have remembered and make sure everything is in good stand before going there to set up a show. And one would wonder now that those persons who invited him, did they were they of the knowledge that everything was cleared or finished away with? Because they may not know to, because they would be focusing on getting him there to promote whatever they want to promote. But he of himself should have known that it was still open. You can't think it was done away with because he would have known he is a direct person. So you see, again, I think sometimes we as a people need to think, and sometimes we think and say things will go this way, but it doesn't mean that it necessarily go the way we think. Because on the legal side of it, one has to think what can really happen. Are you going to jeopardize your career? Because now that is open and he's in detention, he's being detained. How long will it being detained will be? Are they going to be in sympathy with him and allow him to be out? Do we show, or is it that's a misrepresentation of him? It was not anything that was really necessary to go before the court. If it's so, why was it that it happened before now and is being brought to light at the approaching time of his show? So something has to be cleared up and should be cleared up so that it doesn't repeat itself, maybe not with him, but with somebody else. So when a person runs afoul of the law, you have to ensure that everything is done properly. If it has to go to court and you're going to be charged, you're going to be, you know, sentenced or whatever, it is done. Because there's no way you can have a case hanging and you can just go in and you do as you do and you go out. Where's the example being set? So I'm thinking broadly. What is really happening? What is really happening? Is it that we are not thinking, or we think that some things we are bigger than the situation? I don't know. I'm trying to reason with myself. I try to reason and I said, what is really happening? Guys, tell me. What's happening? What's happening? You want to tell me that person doesn't look beyond the horizon to see possibilities of what can take place, so therefore get everything straightened out, everything done the way it should, so that you can be free to go about to do your legitimate business. You're not there having something hanging in the closet, and when you step out, everything tumbles down behind you. Now, when you're a celebrity, you have to make sure that your way is always clear. Celebrity cannot have snaps and snares swinging around them. They have to be all the while ensuring that they are walking clean. I don't know how some people do their business, but I think sometimes we need to step back and look at what we are doing and see if we are going in the right path. Because sometimes, everything gets to our brain, or we get brain gets too cloudy because we have too many things thinking of, or we think that we can manage everything by ourselves. That is why you have managers, because no one person can be a celebrity and manage every single thing. Something's going to fall by the wayside, and then you're not going to remember, because sometimes you genuinely may not remember. Genuinely. But what if you did remember and treat it as nothing? Then it's going to come back and haunt you in a way that you wouldn't expect. So when much persons may not have heard about the incident, now it's reopened now, so much more persons now will learn about it and cast different aspirations to say, yes, this was this and this was that. So everybody's going to put a little bit here and a little bit. So I would encourage persons when you're up there, have somebody work close with the person, keep your information, and don't let anything slip through, because once it slips through, you forget about it because you're a busy, busy person, right? So I just want to encourage persons that whatever they are doing, anything, try have it at the top of your list and not just treat legal issues as ordinary issues. You have to have it at the top of your list and have it straightened out. Then you can walk freely because you're clean again. Guys, tell me what you think about my views, and I catch you in my next video. I'm out.